Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. I'm doing Christmas bits and pieces and I'm doing some preparation work. So preparation work for me is doing lots of embellishments and bits and pieces and things that I can use for Christmas. So what I want to do today is, I've done one, is to make these lovely little buttons. Now these are literally, if I can do this, you can feel how hard they are. They're good size because what I want to do is to have them as ties and closures and things on presents, gift wraps and things like that. And I've used all sorts of scraps and odd bits of paper that I thought were quite fun to use them. So that's what we're going to do. Very, very simple to do. You need a punch or a die or something circular. If you haven't got anything, then look at a lid and just go tracing around it. You can have it whatever size you want. I'm choosing this size, which is a 1 3/4 inch. If I had two, I'd probably use two. And all I'm going to do is this is some lovely paper that was gifted to me, which is really rather fun. I'm just going to do a couple of ones out of here. I don't want to waste this paper, so let's try and get, excuse me, a little bit in on here. There we go, like that. Okay, so you are going to punch out as many as you want. So I've been using, as you can see, all sorts of little bits and pieces that I've got over. Now, some of them have been my own painty papers and things that I've done. Others have been, so in here I have a box full, and these have been from some things that I've just been making. And I needed the framework, but I didn't want the centerpiece. So I've got all of these ones, which are in all sorts of different shapes and colors and things like that. Now, some of them have got lines across them because that's how I was doing it at the time for whatever project I was using. So I thought I would do some of those as my extra layers. So this is again a piece of and it's slightly thicker sort of cardboard, and I've just used the punch to cut some holes out of that. So let's have a look and see what we've got here. I'm going to keep this on here for the moment because as I said to you before, my light is very bright and it shines through on my mat. So let's have a go at doing these ones, and let's have a go at doing one of these. Now you want the same front and back, so let me have a look. That's quite, oh, that's sort of wood grainy. That side or that side? That side, I think, actually, with the sort of slight words on there. That will work on there. That's two. Have I got anything else that is, oh, there's a red one here. That's quite nice. Have I got two pieces of red? I ask myself. Oh, yes, I have. Okay, and we'll have a red one. So just to show that you can use whatever papers and things you've got. And then let's have a look at, these are the ones that are my nice, these are some of the cards that I've cut out. You see, this is just a piece of paper that I've used, and I just really quite like that. That's very similar to the one that I've done. I want another piece with that green, so there we go. So that's 4 different ideas, very quick and easy to do. So what we need to do is we need to get some layers sandwiched, because the thicker they are, if you feel this one, it's got about 3 or 4 layers. You can build up as many layers as you want. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wet glue and I'm just going to start building up some layers. So this is with the little circles that I've cut out. So I'm going to do a couple of those, and you just need to literally just stick them together. And you can make them as thick or as thin as you want. So I'm going to do 3 on this. Sometimes I'll do 4. It just depends on the thickness of the card. So if I put that in like that, that's given me 3 layers. Then I'm going to take this one. So again, I'm just going to glue it onto here. And you don't need too much glue. You just need to make sure you've got sort of glue around the edges. Then I'm going to put this music paper on. Just have that in like that. And then because I want the fronts and the backs to look the same and just as pretty, I'm going to put the other one in on the back like that. And then I'm just going to make sure that I've got it as level as I can and make sure that I sort of squeeze around the sides. Okay, then what I would normally do is, and I'm going to do this while we do the next one, I'm just going to put the punch on top, which will just help to sort of smooth it down. Okay, so I've got a couple of these ones. So let's do these ones. And as I say, you can use any sort of type of cardboard or paper that you've got. So again, on some of these, and these are some of the ones that I've got a crease down it like that. So I don't actually want to use that for anything because it's got the crease on, but I don't want to waste it. So I'm just going to put this on top to just give me another layer like that. Because as I say, there is that line on there. I suppose it wouldn't matter that much, but I've got a lot of these, so I'm just, if it's got a line down it, and I think that this was, I can't even remember what I was using it for. I was using it for something. So I'm just going to take another one like this. So as I say, you can use whatever you've got. If you've got old bits and things left over that you don't particularly want. And as I say, this has got this line right the way down it because I was doing something, can't even remember what it was, that I needed to score and have this on the center. So I'm going to do this one, which is the one that I've done with my nice papers. So I'm literally just putting that in on top, and then this one can come in on here. And again, I'm just smoothing it down as much as I can. Taking this one on the other side. My dog's going to bark in a minute because I can just hear the neighbour taking the dogs out. So let's see how long it takes for her to bark. She might not actually. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. She's obviously having a day where she's not. Okay, so again, that one's now done. And I'm just going to put that in underneath again to just smooth it down a bit. Okay, so I've got another. I'm going to just use a few of these ones that, as I say, have got these bends across them, which I don't particularly want. So let's take these. That's another one with a bend across it. Oops. Oh yes, that's another sort of silvery one, isn't it? So that's fine. So I'm just making sure that the bends go in a different direction, so then it's not going to come across. But this is where, when I say, you know, don't waste anything, I try not to waste anything at all. So again, you can see where that line is. I'm just making sure that I'm moving it around so that I don't have a natural bend in there, because I don't want a bend. And I suppose I could have used them, but I just don't like the fact that it's got a bend in there. And I was doing it for something, I can't even remember what it was now, but it's probably for doing a bauble or something like that. But it'll be fine for doing this. So you can see on there, we've got those in. Let's have the red ones. And then I might leave it at 3 because you get the idea. So I'm just making sure I have the glue up round on the edge. this one in on here. But you can see how quickly you can start building up the circles anyway, and then it's entirely down to you, you know, what colour palettes etc. you use. I'm doing all sorts of different ones, but with sort of a slightly Christmassy type theme to it. So, you know, red is quite Christmassy. Okay, I'm going to leave that one, but as I say, you get the idea. So I can do lots and lots and lots. So let's have a look. These have like got nice and firm on there. I'm going to put that one under there just for a second. And what it does is, you see, I've got a little tiny piece that's sticking out there. Obviously the punch didn't quite catch that little bit, but that's fine. I can just take that off. Okay, and you'll find that as you ink your edges, so now it's time to get some sponge daubers down. I want green, so let's get a green one out. What am I going to do with this? I might do that with, dark green and then put another one in. So green, and then there's a red, isn't there? So let's take that one out for, no, that's going to be more cherry cobbler, isn't it, for the red. And I'll put those back in there carefully without banging the camera. And then I just need to get a couple of inks down. So I need a red, and I need a green. Not quite a bright, let's, oops, sorry. Just knocked my light and turned it off. It's a touch light, so if I touch it, it'll turn itself off, which is quite funny. Okay, so I'm going to do green first of all. And again, use whatever inks you've got. As you know, I use Stampin' Up inks because I've got lots of them. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go round on this edge piece here. See on here? Because we don't want this to be showing, and you'll find that as it's glued it will start to seal a little bit more as well, because you've got you're putting the ink along the sides, which helps with the part as well. So just make sure that you've got it all the way around, and you can see on there that it's given it a nice look, and also it's just inked round the edges as well. Was I going to do green on this? No, I'm not. I'm going to do silver, I think. I don't really want green on that. I want sort of silver or something like that, and I'm going to use something else for that. So let's put the red on the red one, which is stuck underneath my thing, just to give it a bit. Now I would normally leave it for a good 10-15 minutes, maybe as much as half an hour. In fact, if I would do a whole pile of them, I'd then just put them away for the evening and do them again the following day, because I can still feel that they're a little bit damp with the glue. But for the purposes of doing this, they will carry on drying out, but that's fine. Okay, so I've now got this on that edge as well, which just has given a little bit of extra on there. So let's put those out of the way for a moment. And I was going to do silver on this one, wasn't I? So I have got, as you know, I've got Posca pens. Now I've got gold and I've got silver, and I think I want silver on this rather than gold. I think. So I'm going to just have a little look and see what that is like. Yeah, that's quite good. So I'm just going around the edge. So again, you can use whatever you've got. I'm just using the side of it. Now, is that going to be, I might use, so you can use a Posca pen. but I think I want to use, have I got any, I haven't got any silver brads, have I got black brads, so that's okay. No, I'm going to use some, and this I've just finished doing. So these are, this is Gold Luscious Pigment Powder from Indigo Blue, and I've got some gilding gum, again from Indigo Blue, and I've made my own little palettes. So I've got gold in on here, and what I want to do is to just take a little bit of the gold. Now I don't know quite how dry it is. I don't think it's that I still think it's quite wet. So I only did it yesterday. Oh no, that's quite good. Look, it's see how it's come a bit solid. And then what I want to do is I'm going to paint it along here. Now, is this coming out okay? Should do. That's looking quite nice actually. Now I think what you're supposed to do once it's sort of, because I made this the other day, so once it's gone, I'm terrible, I like using my fingers. Right, I'm going to use my fingers on this, and yes, it's gone dry on there, but it means that I should be able to use, yes, the same as using my Pebeo gilding wax. I can use this and just take a little bit on my finger and then just run it across the edge like that. So you can see on here it's coming really rather nicely round there. Once I've got it all the way round, and it means I'm doing it in gold, but I could do it in any colour. So I've got it in these really bright colours, and I think that this is the great thing about it. Works exactly the same as gilding wax, but gilding wax you can only have in certain colours. So this I've got in so many colours. Well, I've got 6. Which means that I can then do the outsides of things in the most amazing colours. So I'm just, and I think I probably, as I say, should have added just a little bit of extra gilding gum to sort of bring it back, but I wanted to keep it fairly sort of sticky and dry so it comes out exactly like, and can you see on here, I hope you can, I've got a lovely gold edge around here now. Let's see what we're like on that side. So I can use either side on there. So that's nice. I like that. And I've got my little bit of, and I would probably just restore them a little bit with some more. But I like the fact that I can make myself a palette and then I've got it to use whenever I want. So let me just wipe my finger off on there. Okay, so we now have 3 like that, which are all quite pretty. We can add some glitter and some gold and some things like that. But what I want to do now is to add the button pieces to the center. Now, I've got some of these little eyelets. If you can't get eyelets, you can just you know, put a hole through and put some ribbon. I'm just going to do on here, and I'm just going to take it so I can, oh, that's quite nice, and oops, glue bit came off on there, didn't it? It's quite, now why have I got that on? That's interesting. I don't know why. I don't normally have that on there, do I? I've got a little pokey bit on there, which is making a hole. I don't really want it to go in on here, don't I? That's better, it's gone in. the little holy piece that comes out had poked itself out. So now I'm eyeballing this, but you can do it however you want. So, and as I say, I haven't, I would normally let this dry just a little bit more, but it's going to be okay, I think. Okay, so that's one. Let's try and get these pieces out. And you can put the buttonholes wherever you want. So, got one this way, and I'm going to have another one like that. Take those bits out. Yes, these crocodiles are probably one of the best tools that you can find. I think that they're absolutely brilliant. So this one in here, and I'm using the big ones because I've got big eyelets, and I'm doing them slightly different. Some of them are closer, some of them are more you know, are further apart. It really doesn't matter that much. You can do them as you want them. So we have got this one with the gold. I'm going to put black ones in because it's got the music notes, so I think that that would look quite good. So let me just get a couple of black ones out for there. The red ones, I'm going to have gold. Let's take two of those out. And these ones I'm going to have brass. So you can get these all sorts of places. They're called just little eyelets, but they're quite fun. And so what I now need to do is to push these through the holes. So you need to just sort of wiggle them about and push them right through. If you don't push them right through, that's the mistake that you can make sometimes, and it you then don't get to squeeze them the backs in, so you need to really push them in quite well. And if you get them sort of straight, then they'll come through. So that's one. So I try and take it in as centered as I can. And as I say, if you haven't got the eyelets, you don't have to really do them. You can do it with just with a pen, or you can you know, just put the ribbon through like that. It looks quite fun. It's only because I happen to have them that I want to use them. So to put this in like that. There we go. And then I just need to use this part. So let's put the holy piece through in on here. And then you just give it a squeeze. And it squeezes in, and then you get the back in. So I just need to put this in on here and then squeeze that in. And then you've got, take it out. Come on, get the bit back. There we go. You've got the back pieces done as well. So let me just do these quickly. Take it into that little need to have that little hole piece in on the top. Come on. Isn't it funny sometimes they just seem to push their way back in, and then they're not as easy to get through that little hole. Why are you not wanting to go through there now? Just go that way and take that out. Perfect. It's not a huge amount of space in there now, and I don't know why. It should be exactly the same as the other one. Oh, never mind. I'll do those ones later on, because all you need to do is to squeeze the thing off. So we now have some pretty buttons like that, and then all you need to do is to find some thread. So I've done this one, so let me find some a little bit of gold thread, I think, because I've got the gold round the side. So I'm just going to take a small amount of gold, and as I say, use whatever you've got. You could use ribbon, so if you've got some fine ribbon that would work through. You know, I've got a little piece here. I think this is probably a little bit small, but it might work actually. Might look quite nice on the these ones. So I'm going to put it through this way, because what I want to do is to have the ribbon part through that way. See how pretty that looks? Let's take that light. So as I say, you can use ribbon, you can use all sorts. I could even just tie a little bow or a knot through. In fact, I'd probably put that through twice, because that would then work quite nicely. Let's see if I can get this. If you're having trouble putting it through, just try with a little bit of scissors. That will poke through that way. And then take this piece. So again, these are little bits of ribbon and stuff that were gifted to me by various people. I'm very, very lucky that people send me lovely bits and pieces. So that's quite nice. And then I could just do, because it's quite fine ribbon, to tie a little knot in on here. Like that. Now I don't think I want to do a bow as such, because it then will make it too bulky, but I do want to have it so that it sort of comes out like that. And then I'm just going to take this right in on where the edge is, like that. And I'm going to take this one in. Like that. So there we are. That's sort of a second idea with a little bit of you know, lacy ribbon in there on the music one, which is quite fun. And then these ones, I'll probably finish with this one with some red ribbon or some red twine. This one with some green, I think. But you can see they make lovely little ideas, and I will show you what I'm going to be doing with them, because once you've made some of these, there's some fun ways that I want to use them as closures for things. So I hope you enjoyed that part. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.